So today we're going to learn how to graph linear equations with specific domains like line segments, rays, or straight lines. Before we start, we're going to talk about the linear functions and how to tell if something is a solution. So this question says, which ordered pair is a solution to this equation? A solution means that the coordinate would be on the graph of the picture. To do that, all you're going to do is plug in the x and y values and see if they're true. That's all you have to do to see if it would fall on the graph. So for this first one, does everybody see this is the equation right here? You are going to take the ordered pair they give you and plug in the first number for x, because it's the x value, and the second number for y, because it's the y value. All right, so I would say 4 times x. Well, what is x in this problem? -2. Then I would put minus, then I would put the value of y. What is y in this one? 1. And I would say, does that equal 6? If it does, then this point would fall on that graph. If it doesn't, it wouldn't. So just put it in your calculator and see if it's true or not. So I would do 4 times -2 minus 1 and hit enter. Does that equal 6? No. So -9 does not equal 6, so no, this is not an ordered pair that would fall on that graph. All right, let's try this one. What would I plug in for x? The 1. What would I plug in for y? The -2. Now this one's kind of tricky, and I want y'all to watch very carefully. I'm still going to do 4 times x, so 4 times what? 1. Now look at the equation. What does it say right here? Minus. Where did that minus come from? Right here. Now I put the value of y. What is the value of y? Do you see how people might forget to put the -2? Because the minus sign came from here, the -2 came from here. All right, does that equal 6? Go put it in your calculator and see yes or no. Yes or no? Yes, 6 does equal 6. So yes, this one would be a point that is graphed on that line. All right, let's go do this one. So that's the only one up here that would work. It says, is this coordinate a solution to that line? Again, you're simply just going to go plug it in to see if it's true or not. So I would say, is x, what's x? 4 plus 2 times y. Well, what's y? -1/2. Is that equal to 5? Yes or no? Well, we got to go type it in. 4 plus 2 times negative alpha y equals 1/2. Tab out. Is that equal to 5? No. 3 does not equal 5. So this is no. If I was to graph this line, that coordinate would absolutely not fall on the line. Okay, try this one on your own. Did y'all all get negative 3 equals negative 3? So the answer is yes. This coordinate, if I was to graph this equation, would fall on that line. Yes, got it? Now we get to the fun part. We are going to learn how to graph equations. Here's the deal. We're only doing linear, which means straight lines. If they don't give you a specific domain, then it's a straight line with arrows coming out of both sides, because it will keep going forever and ever and ever. Yes? If they give you a specific domain like yesterday, like x can be negative 2, negative 1, 0, then that means it's discrete. Dot, dot, dot. If they give you a domain like x is greater than 0, it's array. If they give you a domain that's a compound inequality, it's a line segment. That's the only thing that's hard about today, is you're going to have some with straight lines with arrows, some that are rays, and some that are compound inequalities that are line segments. Got it? All right. Look at the first one. Graph and give the range of this function. Did they give you a specific domain? So it's going to be a straight line with arrows coming out of both sides. It's going to keep going forever and ever. Now, to graph it, we're going to use our calculator, and we're going to make a table of the dots we want to put, because we get to pick. They did not pick for us, did they? So we get to pick. The only rule is we got to pick ones that fit on this coordinate plane, right? Well, if this is 0, this coordinate plane looks like it goes up to about 10 and down to negative 10. So basically, I just can't pick anything bigger or smaller because it won't fit on my graph. Got it? All right, here we go. Go to y equals. Type in 2x minus 3. Where am I going to go now? To your table, second graph or second table. You get to pick what you put, and you need at least 3 dots. I say 5 is great. 3 is better. How many dots do you actually need to make a line? 2. At minimum, 2. But I want at least 3 to 5. Okay? So I'm going to do negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. Because that's going to give me a really good graph. All right? When x is negative 2, what is y? Negative 7. When x is negative 1, y is negative 5. When x is 0, y is negative 3. When x is 1, y is negative 1. And when x is 2, y is 1. Could I put more dots? Absolutely. But I don't really have to. So now I'm just going to go put these dots, plot them on my graph. Remember, this is 0, so I have to count on the x-axis to negative 2 and then down 7. Am I going to connect the dots? When do I not connect them? When they give you a specific domain. Did they give me any domain at all? That means all of these dots should be on the graph. And they keep going up forever. They keep going down forever. If you hit your graph button, it'll show you it's a line that keeps going forever and ever. You can only see, though, what's in your window. Yes? So to show that, I simply connect the dots. I go off of my coordinate grid like this and off of it down here. And then I put arrows. If you don't put arrows, it's wrong. What are the arrows telling you? It keeps going forever and ever and ever. All right, questions about that? It now wants us to identify the range. So I would put what the range is. The range is going to be what? Going up forever, going down forever? All real numbers. Questions about it? Look at this one. Graph and give the range of this function. Did they give you a specific domain? So will it be connected and go forever and ever? But look at the function and tell me what's wrong with it. Can I put this in my calculator? Can I rearrange it so that I can put it in my calculator? Do y'all remember a few weeks ago we learned how to rearrange equations to y equals mx plus b, and I told y'all we're going to do this all year long? You have to be able to make it in y equals mx plus b so you can use your calculator. So you're just going to put it and make it look like this. If I want to rearrange this, what's got to go?
2x.
How do I get rid of the 2x?
Minus 2x.
Minus 2x. Whatever I do to the left, I have to do to the right. I am left with y equals negative 2x plus 2. Can I now put that in my calculator? And I can make a table. Do I get to pick the domain? Yes, because they didn't tell me what to use. So I go to y equals. I type in negative 2x plus 2. I go to my table, and I get to pick what I graph. Personally speaking, I always just go from negative 2 to 2 because it falls in the middle of the graph somewhere, but you can pick whatever you want. Go graph your points. Do I connect them?
Yes.
Will there be arrows going in both directions? Yes. If you don't put arrows, it's wrong. Because you're basically saying it stops. It doesn't stop. It keeps going forever and ever and ever. Got it? Next example. This one's a little different. Why is this one different? There is an equation.
There's no x.
There's no x. There's only a y. It is saying no matter what x is, y will always be no matter what. Well, that just means on the y-axis, it's going to be a straight line passing through at 2. That means x can be anything, but y has to be. If you're ever confused, just make a table. It is saying no matter what x is, y is 2. This is what your table would look like. You could pick what you put over here. Negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. But it's just going to be a straight line passing through the y-axis right there at 2. So it can be at 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, and so forth. It is a straight line with arrows because they did not tell me what the domain was. Don't forget your arrows. What is the range? What does range mean? The y's. So what is the y? Y equals 2, because all the y's are 2. We forgot to say the range up here. What's the range? All real numbers, because it's going to keep going forever and ever. Now, what do y'all think this one would look like? It says x equals -1. That means no matter what y is, x will always be. So what is that going to look like? A straight vertical line passing through the x-axis at -1. Here's the x-axis. Where's -1? Right there. If you don't understand that, just make a table. No matter what y is, x will always be -1. So you can pick whatever you want over here. It's just going to be a straight vertical line passing through the x-axis at -1. Can you speak up? I can't hear you. Yes, so on your assignment you will be graphing them, but the coordinate grid will be there, and then you'll just put the dots and connect them and stuff. You're going to want to put the table so that you can go graph it. And you're really, like on straight lines, you really don't need the table because you can just use your calculator's table, but in a minute, when we do this next example, you're going to want your own table, and I'll explain why. It says identify the range. I heard one person. What's the range? Because it's going to keep going up forever and it's going to keep going. That range is y's, up and down, so all real numbers. The domain would be x equals -1. The range is all real numbers. Skip the next one. Skip this one, but let's just look at it real quick. We're not going to do it. It says graph this function and it gives no domain. So what would it be? A straight line going forever and ever. Yes? Now look at the next one. It gives you an equation. Does it give you a domain? Yes. Do you get to pick anymore? No. What will this graph look like with a domain that looks like this? Array. So if the domain has one stipulation, a stipulation means a rule, like this, it's going to be array. Make array. So a dot with an arrow. You do not get to pick anymore. You have to follow that rule. Yes? Make array. One stipulation, make array. You're going to make a table. Your domain can be anything greater than or equal to 0. That means that's where you start. I don't get to pick what goes here. I can only put 0. What else could I put? 1. Could I have put -1? No, because x has to be greater than or equal to 0. Could I put 2? Could I put 3? So I can pick as long as it fits that. Yes? All right. Also, this is going to be the start of your array. All right, go put it in y equals and let's get our numbers. When x is 0, y is, anybody? 4. When x is 1, y is a fraction. Do I want to put that on there? Like, I don't. I'm just going to skip it. When x is 2, y is 3. When x is 3, y is a fraction. Do I want to use it? So I'm just going to add one more and do when x is 4, y is 2. These are fractions, so I'm not going to graph them. They're there. I just don't want to deal with them. Yes? All right. Now listen to what I'm telling you and do it exactly this way on your assignment. Graph the first dot and make it very big. It's the start of your... So make it bigger than all the other dots so you don't get confused which way your ray goes. So go to the x-axis to 0 and go up 4. Put a giant dot so you know that's the start of your ray. Now go graph your other 2 dots. Since I know which way my ray starts, it's easy to graph it. I just start here and connect the dots and make a big line with an arrow. And that's what my graph would look like. Do y'all agree that if I hadn't put a big dot there, I might not know which way the ray goes? So that's why it helps share. I also need to identify my not my domain, they gave me the domain, my range. All right, what's the range going to be? We're looking at the y-axis. And you can look right here, that's going to be the range's number, right? Y is less than or equal to 4. Or you could look here and say, hey, the highest the y-axis goes 4, everything else is below it. All right, let's do the next one. Look at the function. Look at the domain. What kind of graph is this going to be? Is it going to be a graph with 2 arrows or a ray? A ray. I need to make, do y'all see how the table, though, I need to make the table? Okay, because I have to figure out where my ray is going to go. I can't just use my table from here. So I make my table. What does my table's x have to start with? 0. This is going to be my start of my ray. Now, all my other x's have to be less than 0. I don't get to pick. So give me a number smaller than 0. -1, give me another one. -2, give me another one. Give me another one. Could I keep going if I wanted to? Sure. Go to your y equals button and fill out your table. So -5x plus 3. Go to your table. When x is 0, y is 3. When x is -1, y is 8. When x is -2, y is... Let's think for a minute. Does this graph go up to 13? So am I even going to be able to plot that point on this particular graph? So can I just stop? I'm only going to fit 2 dots. Is 2 dots enough? Yes. Okay, now if my graph was bigger, I could go graph more, but it's not. So here we go. I'm going to start here. Tell me about this dot. It needs to be the biggest dot so you know where your ray starts. So I go to 0, 3. I'm going to make a giant dot. And now I'm going to graph -1, 8. And I'm going to make my ray starting with my giant dot. So all of these would actually fall on that ray. They just don't fit on my graph. Yes, are we good? I need to identify the range. So I'm looking for the y's. All the y's start here at 3, and do they get bigger or smaller? Bigger. So y is greater than or equal to 3. And you can look right here, your y's are getting bigger than 3. Are we good with rays and straight lines with arrows? We have one more to learn. What do y'all think this is going to be? A line segment. So if you have a compound inequality, write this down. Make a line segment. These are easy to do. So it's going to look like this. If you have a compound inequality, make a line segment. Do y'all want to know why these are easy? All you need is 2 dots. You need this x, and then you connect them. That's it. Okay, so here is my function. So I'm going to go to y equals. I'm going to type in negative x minus 1. I'm going to go to my table. I'm going to make a table because I don't get to graph all of these numbers. What is my first x value going to be? Negative 1. What is my other x value going to be? 3. I can go put all the x values between that, yes? I could put 0, 1, and 2, but do I need them? No. So when x is negative 1, y is? When x is 3, y is? All right, go graph those 2 dots. And simply connect them. Do not go past them. Are all of these dots on this thing? All of these in here? Yeah, I just don't have to put them because the line is saying they're there. All right, let's go do one more compound inequality right here. And I'm going to change the function y equals 2x plus 5. Make your table. What is my x going to be? Negative 1 and 3. Do I need any more dots for array? No. So I go to y equals. I type in 2x plus 5. I go to the table. When x is negative 1, y is 3. When x is 3, y is 11. It might not be on the graph, but we'll make it work. Because I have to have those 2 dots. Like, period, I have to have them. Okay, so go to negative 1, 3. And go to 3, 11. It fell on it perfectly. Oh, we forgot to list the range. We'll do it on this one. The range are the x value, the y values. What is the lowest y value? You can see it in your table. Look at it. What's the lowest? 3. What's the highest y value? 11. Y is in the middle, and it can be any of those. And y'all just had a CBA over range, so y'all should know how to do that, yeah? All right, last thing I got to show y'all. This is on your assignment. Y'all already know how to do it, so I'm only going to do one of them with you. It says solve for y in terms of x. That means rearrange them to y equals mx plus b. So look at number 1, the first one. How would I get the y by itself? What's got to go? Minus 2x on both sides. So I have 3y equals negative 2x plus 9, and then I would divide everything by 3 and then simplify it. Y equals negative 2/3 x plus 3. You're going to do that on your assignment. I'm going to get you your assignment. I'm going to go over directions. Put your name on it quickly. Hey, quick, quick, quick. We're just going to do 1 through 22. On 1 through 3, you're just deciding which point lies on the line. So you plug in x for x, y for y, whichever one's true, you circle it. For 4 through 9, it says solve for y. That means make it look like y equals mx plus b. For 10 through 15, all it asks you to do is graph the equation. So you're going to have to put them in y equals mx plus b, and it will be a straight line with 2 arrows because they did not give you a specific domain. Yes? For 16 through 19, it says graph the function given the domain. So this is going to be array, this is going to be array. They're all rays. Then it says identify the, so make sure you graph it. It's array, all of them are arrays. And identify the range. Okay? On the back, you're just going to do 20 and 21. It wants you to identify the range of the function without a graph. If you need to graph it freehand somewhere just to see what it would look like, you can. Okay? And then you're going to do number 22. They gave you the function. Everybody look. And then they want you to graph it and identify the domain and range. Yes? Awesome. You don't have to do 23 and 24.